All right, so what we have here is a mid-range gaming PC. The customer currently has a gaming laptop, and he's looking to step from that gaming laptop into the world of like full-on PC desktop gaming. So this is what we ended up putting together for him. Just a AMD Ryzen 5 combo, 3060, 750 watt power supply, running Windows 11 with, I believe this is 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, it's CL16, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte NVMe with a nice little NH-L9X65 cooler. So this will be pretty solid. We'll get it all put together. We're building it all in a Corsair 4000D airflow. We'll get it all put together, and then after we get it put together, we'll run some benchmarks on it and see where it lands. So let's get started. We're going to be running Windows 11 Home on this guy. He's not needing too much. Thankfully, this should be like a pretty straightforward build, all things considered. All of this is under 1,500 bucks. Like, considering like the outrageous price that some of these video cards can still go for, all in, I'd say for what you're getting out of this, this is like a pretty solid setup with plenty of room to expand. For the games this guy's going to be playing, he's not going to touch what this is like actually capable of. Because like he's mainly playing GTA 5, which, as we all know, is, while yes, it's a pretty like big game and a lot of people play it, it's not really system intensive at all. We went with just a B550 Pro from MSI with Wi-Fi, not a super high-end board. We're going to be putting an NVMe in it, so we need the little screws. We need the back plates, and we'll also need the DVD to install the drivers. Let's go ahead and install we'll install the NVMe, and we'll also go ahead and install the cooler bracket right away. Which actually, we might not even need a cooler bracket with this one. I'll have to look at the instructions for that. Yeah, considering that you would get like a probably worse laptop if you were to just go with like a laptop, like this is pretty solid. Sure, he still needs to get himself a keyboard and a mouse, but he's a keyboard, mouse, and monitor. But he's open to basically getting whatever he needs in that range, whatever he wants. This board is a little bit older, like as far as the actual connections it still has VGA. Still has a PS2 adapter. It does have DisplayPort and HDMI. We have 4 USB 3s, 2 USB 2s, standard Ethernet, and our your standard audio outs. Yeah, the HP Omen laptops are great. I think that's what, he has a Legion laptop, so just a little bit different. Actually, can I use... Okay, so this can go on here. It's on here. Yeah, the HP gaming laptops are pretty good entry level, well, or high end, because they don't really do like mid range in those. They're either really expensive, or they're like leave you questioning why they actually made them. Alright, so that's in there. Let's get this put away. Yeah, 1400. Yeah, so that, and that, like what video card does it have in it? Is it a 3060? 20 series. There's our cooler. 1660. So yeah, so the equivalent of the 2060. Yeah, so technically that would be like an entry level if you were to like build like a desktop, but in a gaming laptop, that's great because it's not super power hungry, so you can still get some battery life out of it. All right, so I do still have to take the you take that bracket off, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I wouldn't scoff at that as far as just overall builds are concerned when it comes to a laptop. Yeah, the Asus ROG ones are pretty good as well. All right, so we have an inside curve. So much easier. Make sure we save that for him in case he ever gets a different cooler. Yeah, I bet is it a 3000 or is it a 2000? Oh, it's a 4000. Yeah, so that thing's gonna be great. Yeah, my laptop, my ROG that I have now is a Ryzen 5000. Like, I absolutely love it. Yeah, that's what the 4000 denotes. So if you had like a 3000 would be a 3rd gen, 2000 would be a 2nd gen, so on and so forth. All right, let's get the processor in there. Yeah, I'm just saying it for other folks. Even though it seems like you're the only one talking. According to my stream, there's 5 other people in here, so. But then again, who knows? They never say anything. And this CPU actually comes with a standard style cooler, so if anything ever goes wrong with this one, customer can just whip this one out and you can whip this one out and he'll be good to go. Okay, well that's good. Hopefully it keeps running. So AM4, it wants 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 individual little dots. Let's go ahead and pull this fan off of here. You paid next to nothing for it at a repair shop. Yeah, like whenever I have older computers that people abandon that I can fix and, you know, turn around for like maybe $100, and if I can sell it for $2, then I always try and do that. So it's always a good piece of advice. Look at like PC repair shops for like deals on older laptops if you just need something quick or disposable. All right, Noctua. That's one. Somewhat straight. All right, so that's on there now. Let's make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, it's in there. Let's install the memory. So let's get this put away. And then we'll pull out the case and get this thing in the case once we have the memory on there. This is OLOy. I can't even say this. OLOy brand memory. It's actually a first for me using this. My chat actually had a lot of good recommendations for this, so we will see. I'm gonna run some actual tests on it. See how she do. All right. Get that guy over there. Lenovo fan. So, basically, I have 4 builds concurrently going on right now, and every single one of them, except for one, is using this case. Because for the money, this is like absolutely hands down the best case that you can get. It's compatible with everything. It supports up to 3 fan radiators, and it just generally looks good. The Corsair 4000D. Alright, so back to where I was. Corsair 4000D. The 5000D is a slightly larger version of this. So if you need like a full-size case, you can look at that. But for just like everyday stuff, this is what I recommend for everybody right now. Because it's just, until someone comes along with something better than what this case offers, like I can't see a reason to recommend anything else. This thing is solid. This. Don't need this case. The 3.5. All right, we'll need that. Just see what's in it. Okay. Like, it's nice and light, yet it's surprisingly like well put together. All right, first things first. Let's get this back plate installed so we don't forget that. You don't really see these guys anymore. These metal backplates. Most modern motherboards now will come with some sort of backplate pre-installed onto the actual motherboard, so you don't have to worry about this. Only thing you do need to make sure is that these grounding spots are actually out of the way. Right, now plug this in. CPU fan. In there. If you want to use them, it comes with additional cable ties. We'll see what we're actually going to need. Don't need those. I need these. And we'll use these ties. All right. One. Two. Three. Four. That's all of them that this board uses. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and spin out the standoffs that we aren't going to use. Wrong one. Let's grab the wrong one. Awkward corner. All right. Thank you, iFixit. actually gonna cable manage this under here a little bit later on, but that's in there now. So, and that's, I can pick up the whole computer by this now. This is gonna go back this way. Let's go ahead and get this Seasonic worked out and plugged in. After we get our 3060 out and installed. Simple, straightforward, decent performance, not too weak, not overly expensive. 3060 is it's a good place to be for like an enthusiast. I think it is the most common graphics card currently out there. On the last census from Steam, now my biggest thing is going to be figuring out, we'll run some benchmarks on this. We'll run Shadow of the Tomb Raider on this, Unreal, we'll see what or Unreal, not Unreal, Doom Eternal, we'll see what kind of FPS we're getting on it. My big thing is getting, like, I think the most difficult thing about this for me is figuring out which way I want to run the power cord for this. If I'm going to come this way or if I'm going to come this way. It's more likely going to be this way, because I can bring it in with the main power. Alright, so that's in there and installed. Let's flip this bad boy over. 750 watts Seasonic. Power supply, power. Cables. Power supply. All the warranty information and like some instructions for it. Very, very good company. Seasonic makes some super solid stuff. Let's see if these screws are actually going to work with this, and that is completely backwards. That would be an interesting build, like an inside-out build. There we go. Have it so that all the cables run like this and the power cord comes out of the case somewhere. Should maybe do a build like that. The completely wrong but working PC build. I'm realizing right now as I'm putting these screws in that I'm making a huge mistake. And then I'm going to end up cutting my hand up trying to get these cables plugged in. But here we go, nonetheless. Because I definitely didn't stop. Alright, what do we got here? We have CPU, need that. Power supply, need that. Motherboard, need that. I don't think I need any of these other cables for anything. What are these? Ah, Molex. No, SSDs in the motherboard. This one has an NVMe, so it's not even needed. Yeah, that's one of the convenience things that I like doing for people now, because the cost like ends up being roughly the same. So like just go with something you can stick in the motherboard. They don't have to worry about it. It's not a separate mass of cables and an additional cable that you have to worry about. If this had liquid or water cooling, if this had liquid cooling or like a Corsair fan controller, at that point 100% you would need more. But as you can see, I'm slowly getting shorter again. You can see me going down.
Yeah. How can you bounce around so much?
I'm not bouncing. I was just sitting. One. I guess that's why I have a new chair coming. 2. And this one is CPU. It's going to go here. It's going to come out here. I can't win. Alright, we have 3 cables. Alright, so now cable manages like right from the jump. So, like I said, I'm gonna have these cables. Let's get them plugged in. Let me flip them over immediately. That guy. And then this guy. Yeah, like if you can get the M2s. They're definitely the way to go. So what if I... I wonder if that'll actually look better. Room do I have? There should be a cable pass through over here. Just give me 1 second, I'm just checking something. Use the cable pass through. Yeah, this is where this cable is going to run, 100%. I'll flip this over so everyone can see it. It's really nice and out of the way. So it's running literally right over the top, but it's coming from directly underneath. So yeah, I think that'll look pretty good. All right. So going back to this side, we know where this cable's coming in. This cable's coming in here. So that. So, all right, now let's get these plugged in and then we'll get that run. We have to do this fan. Figure out where we're going to go with the fan. Alright, so this guy's going to go down below. This one comes up in the middle. So we have our USB-C. Goes right there. Can only go in one way. Should be like that. And our USB 3. goes in like that. Alright, so that's all of those cables. We'll zip tie these together so they look kind of neat next to each other. Actually, I might just do that. Yeah, let's pull this out one more, since this is literally coming off right after that. That one's fine. Let's get these cables out of here. So this guy comes here. So let's open this back up. Goes through there. And then this one is literally right there, so we will also include this. All of these cables that are here have to come down with it. So there's that. And once more, all of these are coming down here. Take that. Thing I want to do is get this cable underneath that cable. And then the rest of this should be kosher. Alright, so that's there. Look at that, actually looks pretty neat. Alright, now this is where we're at with all of these cables plugged in except for these, which come down to the bottom of the motherboard. Now, let's see where my fan hookups are. So, where am I actually going to have? I'm going to have a system fan there. System fan there. Alright, so let me undo these real quick. One cable tie. See how far we can get with this. So we come out, around, and literally in here. And then we'll get to the back in a second. Cable manage that, and then this one, I really don't need to undo that much. It's just gonna get one loop off of this. In. So our fans are now hooked up. One thing I need to do, because of the way I'm actually setting this up, I need to keep this cable here. Now, can I use this to hold this in place, like with a zip tie maybe going around that? Yeah, there should be enough room. All right. You need me to open that?
Yeah.
Okay, now right now. I'll get it from you in a second, okay? So then that's cable tied there, and we still have flex room on both sides for a little bit of movement. So wonder if I can squeeze through. Yeah, I can squeeze this cable through right there. We'll see what that looks like. Let's go ahead and plug that. Into there. Plugged back in. Beautiful. And as far as cable managing you, I think we're just going to loop you like so. So you still can pull from both sides. Any vibrations or anything should be fine. The other nice thing about using a larger case like this for this kind of build is, like, in the future, if they want to upgrade to like a 4000 series card, they got plenty of room. If they want to do water cooling, they got plenty of room. Yeah, we got flexibility here. Let's get this plugged in. All right. So we got our standard twin here. There we go. Now let's get this guy pulled back a little bit. Come on. Okay. And then do a little bit of overkill on this one here because I don't like when these things just float all off into infinity. I like that flat cable look that I can get sometimes. Two. And just complete overkill on this zip tie. It's not needed 100%, but I'm doing it anyways. So that way it looks pretty back here. All right. Now we are going to use this cable to actually guide all of the front panel connectors up, and we are going to attach all of these cables to this as like kind of like a little way to not only organize but hide them. Power switch, reset switch. I'm glad they've gotten rid of like hard drive indicator lights, because like with SSDs you don't need to know that your drive is processing something. With SSDs it's either the light would be on or the light would be off. That's the wrong slot. One, two. Okay. So now what I was saying we're going to do is we're going to come around like this. Let's see if we can't get behind the cable, 'cause that would be the best case scenario. There we go. Tighten that up. And then on the other side here, we are going to take these cables. See what I'm doing? And we are going to pull this down just a little bit, and it's going to go like that. And then we can, if we wanted to, I could undo this. Yeah, let me do that real quick. Undo that. And we're going to do it again. But you're going to have these cables come like that. We're going to get both sides of this. Yeah, they were. Like, if you had a high data transfer system, like where you were doing constant backups and stuff, that light was useful. But for the most part, it wasn't. Alright, so that's what it looks like coming out down here. So it only looks like we have a single cable. Let me cut this off. And we will wrap that around a little bit. So yeah, so now we have a nice, neat little, what looks like single cable setup coming through. And we still have plenty of flexibility and movement up here, so nothing super tight. And we only have a single cable left to plug in. Yeah, I really like this. I like the way this came out. This looks super neat. I just need to do something with this cable. And we will go up to that. Come on. And then the same thing as what we did over here. Let's use this cable as just a little guide. How would I do that? We'll do it like this. And then the other most useless cable at J Front Audio. And then we'll pull it back a little bit. And that is our complete build right there. So let's see how she did. Let's see if I can screen cap it right out of the box. Probably not, if I had to guess. All right. Power. Power. CPU. Alright, let me see if I'm getting video out of this. Which I am. One. All right. Nope, this one. All right, here we go. Make sure we're seeing everything we should. DDR4 3200, 16 gigs, 16. Perfect, 16 gigs in total, which I think I might have misspoke before. This is only a 16 gig kit, not a 32 gig kit. All right, so we have the flash drive in there. Let's. No, we are going to. I just want to exit. Not any changes. Yep. All right. Get this installed, get all the drivers installed, and then this guy is done. Screen, that screen. boxed up for him. Just barely. All right. And now I'll show a quick way to get past as long as it's still working, a way to bypass okay, so that was updated already. Cool. Way to bypass the Windows forced registration. So at least I'm going to get 180 back from Newegg for something that they put on back order and did not tell me. Alright, we're going to do this now. Shift F10. Now, what you're going to type in here is capital OOBE backslash bypass NRO. So 00 BE slash bypass NRO. Computer will restart, and when it restarts, it will give you the option to say, I don't have internet. So we'll run through this stuff the same. Skip. I don't have internet. Continue with limited. We always turn all of these off. And we'll see if, like, I'm going to connect up the internet, see if we need to use this disk. If I don't need to use this disk, we're going to be good to go. And that is a build. Alright, and I'm going to do a couple other things that I do for everybody. Turn off notifications. I'll be right back. Five. 10. 20. Alright. Update. Let's try this one more time. Cool. I think it's because they're already installed. Alright, well, we're not going to worry about that. I'll do it in the background. Alright, let's run Cinebench. See what kind of scores we get out of Cinebench. Alright, start the multi-core. See what we get first score on the multi-core. So far, this build is better than an i9, was this, a 9880H. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Beautiful. For the amount of money this thing costs, this thing is it's chugging. We got 3 more passes. Yeah, this is a stout little computer for the money. 1 minute.
I don't have a sugar daddy. I don't have a sugar daddy. Thank you, Dad.
Okay, so this got 10,346. Respectable for the multi-core. Let's see what the single core can do. Better than an i9-9880H. Not nearly as much as a Threadripper, though. Let's see what our single core scores are. No, it is super solid. And that's what? That's a 5 generation old now? Or 4 technically generation old i9, which is still a beast, but still. Yeah. The Threadripper was at 1950X, scored 16,315. So it's still a little bit better. And then the current Threadripper is 30,054. Brass. Oh, look who finally decided to show up. Welcome back to the stream. Yes. That is a very true statement. The Threadripper is overkill for literally every human who isn't doing some sort of like commercial grade compute or commercial grade rendering. But yeah, the scores are the multi-core scores for this were quite impressive for literally a $1,450 computer. This is actually great. I'm gonna load up, which reminds me, while this is doing this. Go ahead and load this up. Oh, nice. Yeah, well, let's hope that's a swift process. For sure. When are you going to set up Audrey's computer? You keep telling me that you want me to look at it, and I know what I need to show you.
Okay.
Yes, that'd be swift. Chat says hi.
Hello.
Base Builder Fest. I see. I don't think she'd appreciate that. Though I could literally just stream her playing Bejeweled. Because that's what she does most of the day.
No, when I don't have anything to do, I play it. I really do stuff. Wait for. Okay.
Sure, Mom. You sound like me. When I play video games. Yeah, I'm just doing this when you're busy.
Yeah. Use hard drive to test.
One minute left. Let's see what the single score is. True. Like, was it Skyrim Grandma? I'd help her build it too, if it was something she wanted to do. No. Just no. And the single core score is something like what, 1800 to 2000. Any day now. It's at 0. This is a Ryzen 5 5500, a 3060, 16 gigs of DDR. Actually, I don't remember what the DDR is. It's DDR4, but I don't remember the speed. It has a Samsung 980 Pro. Yeah, that's... And it's a 750 watt Seasonic power supply. It's a solid little mid-range, nice little build. And the build was very quick, under an hour from start to finish. Yeah. But honestly, like, the person that has this is coming from just a gaming laptop. So this is like, that has, if I remember right, it was like a 1060 or 1070 in it. So this thing is going to be like a rocket ship compared to that for this guy. My old laptop at the moment with its massively overpowered A8. Yeah, I'll pass on that one. Those A8s are a pain. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal, man. I'm thinking about doing, like, trying to set up, like, a channel, like, giveaway to meet subscriber goals. I'm hoping this finishes like and gives me the score as soon as this thing makes its way all the way around. That is dirt cheap. But hey, I think if it works, it works. I think it accomplishes what you need it to. Almost. Yeah, that's what it's good for. That's fun. It's 80 here right now. That is pretty dope. Building robots. Yeah, I think you've done more to advance, like, Skynet than Mr. Cyber Viper building robots has. That's interesting. This timer's been at 0 for 5 minutes, and it's still running the test. This is awesome. Oh no. We are really starting to see the one of the greatest layoff cycles that has happened in the past 20 years. Facebook and Google have laid off a combined 50,000 employees. Washington Post lays off over 100 writers. Like, it's starting to hit everywhere. Which, I mean, this is going to sound really tactless, but this is going to be great for me because people are going to start going, are going to start getting stuff fixed instead of replacing. So I just got to be prepared for that. Is it like one of the is it like an iRobot, like a Roomba or something? Okay, single core score 1343. That only took way too long. All right. Let's see what... let me install these drivers here. Where's setup? Something is happening, like, and we don't know what it is yet. That's the problem. Like, there's a reason that, like, all of these giant tech companies that have been expanding for years and years and years. Oh, Daleks are kind of cool. They're suddenly pulling back. Something is coming, and when it happens, it's going to be rough. AMD chipset drivers. Install these. Nice try. Yeah, problem is I have, like, most people, yeah, maybe. Like, a lot of the people that I went to college with are suddenly getting laid off, and I have friends who work in tech, and it's the same thing. They're saying people getting laid off. Yeah, that would be an interesting name for it. Like, if you were to write an article, The Great Reset, implying, you know, or the Great Control-Alt-Delete. Yeah. Maybe, like, along the, like, more, like, oh, that's right, Microsoft also laid off another 10,000. Wow, man, you're going to be chugging through that for a while. Windows 7 updates. Alright, let's see what kind of score we get out of this. And then we'll do the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. All right. Don't throw it too hard, though. Or do, I don't know. Live your best life. Come on. Why are we having trouble launching? There it goes. Alright, let's see what Time Spy gets. Why does this have audio? And how do I turn it off? Audio. Alright, let's try that again. Start again. Yeah? I'm going to start this again because that really didn't work. Like as soon as the other application interrupted it, it interrupted all the scores too. Alright, here we go. Attempt 2. Yeah, this is 1080p. We're not getting a lot of artifacting and crashing. Running quite smooth. Sure. Well, with this setup, you could definitely run 1080, 60, no problem. All right, here comes run 2. Yeah, this is nice. Like for the next builds that I'm doing, it's with the 3070s, I'm going to be using the 4K monitor to do the tests. Yeah, building over time is a solid plan. Those FPS numbers, 30. We're down in the 30s and 40s. 50. Oh, there's our 60. So far our highest has been about 65. Like visually, me looking at it, this thing looks incredibly smooth, even on the stream. Hey, that's not a bad little setup. So we're seeing, like I said, highs about 65. Not bad, not bad. Here comes the CPU test. Alright, times by score of 8309. Not bad. Alright. Oh. Do that another day. Let's give this a restart, and then I think this is good to go.
Here. Yeah, it's beeping. The RAM was bad, so I put whatever I used one in here, sorry.
Yeah, that's what he thought it was. So,
but I can't go any further because it needs a password.
That's good. You already determined what the problem was. I can call him.
So
It indeed is. All right. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get this bad boy out of here. Hi, this is Urbano. Hey, this is Chris over at the computer shop. Your gaming computer's ready. Yep. I'll be here till 6. Alrighty. Yep, bye. Alright, I do want to actually get some photos of part of this, because I like how this is set up. I like how that is set up. And then nice shot of the back. This was a good build. Nice, simple, short, didn't take too long. Looks good. Yeah, thank you. Like, I very much like how these cable runs came out, with the single cable going over the top and then the single cable coming out over here. I think it worked out quite nice. Like the fact that it all just comes out and looks like a single cable even from the back. And it's a much nicer look than running this cable coming this way. So, yeah, and it's got a slot in it specifically for that. Alright. Customer gets to do the peel when he gets home. Should probably put the specs for this thing up the next time I do these to remember that. That way people don't have to ask all the time. Alright, and now he's gonna get the new, like brand new out of box experience. This is the bottom. This is the top. Thankfully, it's not super heavy like some of these other builds that I have to do. Like that last build that I did last week, that thing weighed like 50 pounds, 60 pounds. So this one being much lighter, definite bonus.